Yo guys, what is up and welcome back to a brand new video here today and the start of Season 7 of my F1 2019 modded career mode. It's been a while, it's been about 2 weeks, but we are finally back here today and this is round 1 of Season 7 in what will be the final season here today at Australia. So hopefully you guys enjoy the final season, enjoy the series and drink it in episode by episode. I want to mention real quick, this won't be daily, it probably will be every other day as I am also doing a lot of MotoGP content on the channel at the moment, so the next episode should be not tomorrow, the day after. Hopefully that makes sense. But as you can see on screen, Otmar Safnauer giving us the welcoming to the brand new Racing Point team, of course, our first time racing here, and we're going to see how things shape up. In terms of updates, though, let's run through them a little bit and let's see what the situation is. So first and foremost is the weather forecast, and we have a wet quali expected, possibly dry right towards the very end, and sunny conditions for the race. In terms of R&D, we do have 5,000 points inherited, so we're going to be spending those between this race and the next one. I'll show you guys in the next episode what we spent those points on, and hopefully you guys appreciate it. And then finally, we do have the updated R&D graph after the regulation reset. Ferrari, of course, we protected them completely, so they're still at the very top of the table. McLaren, they're the second quickest team, and we are third ahead of Red Bull, so things look pretty damn good for us. Alfa Romeo up to P5 ahead of Haas with Renault behind them. Then it's Mercedes, Williams and Toro Rosso at the bottom of the table. So Williams didn't bring one single upgrade all of last season. They didn't protect one single upgrade over the winter, yet somehow they're not last. So Williams in penultimate place, Toro Rosso at the bottom. But in terms of the R&D tree for the Racing Point, you can see on screen right now, they don't have one single reliability upgrade. So we're going to be working on that in this episode here today. And also they have lost quite a few aerodynamic ones, mainly all the minor ones. So that's quite easy to recover, and we'll also be working on that using those 5,000 points later on in this race. But in terms of the driver transfers, the final bombshell for this season, it's a massive one, guys. Lewis Hamilton has taken our spot at Ferrari, and he is now driving a prancing horse alongside Danny Kvyat. That is going to make for an extremely competitive team. We are currently in Racing Point, and we're going to be partnered alongside Sergio Perez, in of course our teammate in this team. So again, another strong lineup there. Perez, in terms of his AI in this game, is very, very strong. So I'm really curious to see how things shake out there. Also, other news, Pierre Gasly as well, who's a very strong AI driver. He's gone to Mercedes, replacing Giovinazzi, and he's going to be driving alongside Sebastian Vettel. So Mercedes, again, a very strong lineup of Gasly and Sebastian Vettel. Nico Hülkenberg moves to Alfa Romeo, and he's going to be partnering Kimi Raikkonen, as of course Gasly has left the team. So another strong lineup there with Hülkenberg and Raikkonen, and Giovinazzi goes to the remaining seat at Renault due to Hülkenberg's departure. So there are your driver transfers, and you're all now completely up to date, as we're now going to move into the very first qualifying session of Season 7, and as you can see on screen right now, it is absolutely chucking it down in this session. The conditions are going to improve gradually as the session progresses, but just real quick, let's run over some of the new changes and faces here. So here we have Lance Stroll, who is once again at Williams. So he's been at Racing for a couple of years, but he's now back with them. There is George Russell, hoping to have a better season after getting pretty comfortably beaten by Verstappen last year. And there is the updated Toro Rosso Honda car with the fantastic new livery, and there is the updated Renault. So again, lots of new updates here and there. If you guys haven't seen all the liveries, guys, I made a separate video 2 days ago showing you every single car. It'll be linked in the top right hand corner of your screen, so go check that out. And there is Danny Kvyat, our teammate from last season, our former teammate. But now here we are on the track in our brand new very pink Racing Point, and this is currently me at the end of my first qualifying lap. And this is intermediate conditions, so we are going to go for multiple laps on one run. This was lap number 1. We go P7, 1.8 off the pace of Kvyat, so a long way off the Ferrari. Of course, Ferrari, they are the quickest team, so they're going to be the team to beat here this weekend. We then cut on to our second lap, and this lap was actually an improvement, but we're now going to run on board for a full lap of the Albert Park circuit, guys, in these conditions, as this was my best lap of the qualifying session. And there we go then, easing the powering as we get a very nice exit out the final corner. We are going to improve by about 5.5 tenths and we jump up to P7, 9 tenths off Kvyat's pace. And that was a good first run. We then decided to go back to the pit lane, strap on some fresh tyres, and unfortunately, this is where the session got a bit messy, so we got completely messed up here by the McLaren on the inside who didn't slow down, and it ruined my run through turn 1. I tried to push on with the lap, and we found a bit of time, but in the end I wasn't going faster, so I decided to actually give up with the lap, and I let Sainz go by, you know, show him how it's done, and do it properly. Also because I wanted to give myself some space on track for my final lap, because I reckon there's about another 3-4 tenths to find, so I want to try and maximise that and find that. So here we are, we now cut onto the final lap, and unfortunately bad luck strikes twice. It says the Ferrari leaving the pit lane, I believe it's Lewis Hamilton, just holds us up here, and he just didn't get out of the way at any point, and we hit the wall, and that is going to be the end of our session, which is very disappointing, but there wasn't much we could have done. We got completely screwed over on our final run, so it is what it is. But in terms of the final grid, it looks like this. So first of all, Pierre Gasly P1 for Mercedes, Sebastian Vettel P2. So in the mixed conditions, Mercedes, who are the third worst team, pull it out of the bag, and they set the pace, locking out the front row. Kevin Magnussen up in third place with Kvyat alongside him in fourth in the Ferrari, the first of the Ferrari, should I say. Then we skip down to P5. It's Lance Stroll in the Williams. Fantastic qualifying from him in the mixed conditions, all the way up in fifth place. Verstappen, the runner-up last season, alongside him in sixth. Daniel Ricciardo in the Toro Rosso, the worst car on the grid, all the way up in P7. Great qualifying from him. Lewis Hamilton, the man who ruined our second run, is up in 8th place on row number 4. We then cut on to the next part, and it's George Russell P9 ahead of Valtteri Bottas in P10, rounding off the top half of the table. We have Charles Leclerc 11th, Lando Norris P12 in the second. Williams, a good qualifying from him as well in that car. Sergio Perez, our teammate, 13th with Carlos Sainz alongside in P14. Then we have Raikkonen 15th, and ourselves, we are down in P16. We got pushed down quite a way due to not doing a final run because the conditions of the track improved massively and everybody found a lot of lap time. So we are quite a way down in the grid position here as we then cut on to the final part of the grid, and it's Antonio Giovinazzi in his Renault debut P17 ahead of Romain Grosjean, with Hulkenberg and Albon picking up grid penalties already on the first race. But I believe both of those are due to on-track incidents that happened over qualifying. So yeah, that is why they're at the back of the grid. But that is your lot, and that is your grid here for round 1 at Australia. We're now going to move into the race and hopefully try and convert the P16 into a much better finishing position. Here we are then on the grid for the start of a brand new season and the final season on the F1 2019 game. And this is round 1, the Australian Grand Prix, starting from 16th place after a disappointing qualifying yesterday and admittedly a bit of an inconsistent one. You know, we could have done better, but there was a bit of a lap time glitch and also some traffic. So we unfortunately did get held up quite a bit. I think we should have had a top 10 finish at least, but we are starting from P16. The car though does have top 10 pace, and for me the target this weekend is to get a top 8 finish. In terms of the strategy, because we're starting so far down, we are going to go for the medium tyres off the start and then move on to the soft tyre later on. It's going to give us a very strong end to the race strategy and hopefully make a few overtakes. And in terms of the weather forecast, no rain is expected here today, and finally the fuel is 1 lap extra than what we have predicted in terms of race laps. So overall, I'm looking forward to it. Let's try and kick the season off with a bang, and let's try and recover after a disappointing qualifying and try and get some good points here today at Australia. Here we go, let's see what kind of start we can get as we kick off the season and build up the revs to the 5 lights. And away we go for a brand new season of career mode, and it's not a terrible start from us, to be fair. I've had a lot worse than that in my time. We cover the inside into the first corner. We almost get our nose chopped off there by the Alfa Romeo as Giovinazzi gets by around the outside, but so far we're holding on to P17. We've got Alfa Romeo there of Hulkenberg looking for a move. We go to the outside. We have to avoid contact, and we convert an evasive maneuver trying to avoid contact into an outside overtake, and we jump up to P15. Explosive start to the race here in Albert Park as we've got Raikkonen behind us looking for a move here in the Alfa Romeo. I've accidentally left it in low ERS mode there when I meant to run medium, but now Raikkonen all over the back of us in the Alfa Romeo as we go into the brake zone. We're going to have to brake early as lots of AI being checked up on the brakes into the brake zone. Looks like Perez has had a good start. He's up into the top 10 or P11, give or take. Raikkonen now going to the outside into the far chicane. That's not going to happen on my watch. Sunshine, we're going to have to avoid that debris off the track there. That might have actually been off Perez's car. Raikkonen back at us again though. The AI, oh my god, they're so relentless. I forgot how fast they are on lap 1 and how relentless their pace is. Side by side, and Kimi does make the move. I've got to let it go. We'll try and get him back as soon as we can. which is here, into the next corner. We'll try and go straight back down the inside of the Iceman. But Kimmy's still there. Bit more contact through the final corner. But Kimmy just edges in front. I'm trying to get into the slipstream, but look at this. We're getting absolutely swamped by multiple cars. I forgot about this. Into turn 1. Side by side. Oh my god, I got squeezed out there. I had to back off, losing a chunk of time, as now we're stuck behind Kimmy once more. In the slipstream, we're going to try and get on the inside line into turn 3. Wow, that was close. Really working hard here. These guys are giving me the workaround. I'm having to really try my best. Hulkenberg there trying to make a move, but we just about hold on. Bit of contact in the process, but there we go. I'm already sweating buckets, mate. That was an explosive start. What a way to kick off the new season, and I completely forgot how fast and aggressive the AI are on the first 2 laps of the race. Right, let's try and get ahead down. Now we've got a bit of breathing room and see if we can close up a bit to the cars in front and try and make some progress, because we've lost a lot of time and we're now down to P17. Raikkonen going for a move on Giovinazzi here. The 2 former teammates do battle, and Raikkonen does come out on top into the chicane. Giovinazzi's slow, so we are going to have the momentum here. We may get a chance to pass him, but we're a little bit further back. On the brakes, we're going to try and get the switch back through here. We get a little bit sideways there. That ruins the momentum, unfortunately for us. I've requested a front wing adjustment for the next stop. I want to lower it a bit because we are a little bit down on straight line speed, and also I feel like I've got a bit too much downforce, especially when we get to that soft tire later on. We're not going to need the grip, so we can let go of it and get a bit more straight line speed in our tank. At the minute though, pace seems pretty even. Running 109 AI, which is the highest I've run in quite some time, and it's proven to be a challenge, but that's what we're here for a bit of fun and a challenge in the final season. Here we go. Can we get a run down to turn 3? Giovinazzi's going to try and get back past Kimmy. Into turn 3, we're going to go for the switchback. Oof. Wow, that's so close. My front wing is so precious to me. I don't want to lose it, whatever happens, but we need to get past both of these guys if we can. AI lose so much time battling on this game. These 2 side by side again here. Looks like Giovinazzi has got the move on Kimmy. Oh, Giovinazzi goes defensive. He had got past Kimmy there, but looks like Kimmy's keeping the pressure up. We're going to be under pressure from Hulkenberg now, though. Because of that, we had a poor exit. We lost all momentum. Hulkenberg looking for a move down the inside into the far chicane. This is so awkward. 2 by 2. We just about get in front, but that's ruined any form of momentum. And this is my chance to overtake on this back straight. But that is unfortunately gone now due to that a bit of side-by-side action. The AI are so aggressive now with these cars. Right, this could be interesting. Giovinazzi did get ahead of Kimmy into turn 1. They're both side-by-side. And they're still side-by-side. This is my chance. Let's see if we can get a move. Slipstream. We're going to go to the inside. 3 wide into turn 3. Wow, I have to back out there. Switch back of dreams, but nothing. Still waiting. Switch back again. Come on. Let's try and get past them. Getting held up for so long now. I can't seem to make a move on the AI. There we go. There we go. There the move is done. Now we can get Giovinazzi as well. I'll get a chance out the far chicane if we can get the line right. Just losing so much time. I'm not going to sound massively quicker because I'm not, but I can definitely try to go quicker. As these guys' soft tires will also start to fade now. Right, into the far chicane we go. Throw the car into the first one. Wait for the second one to arrive. And that is not what we wanted. Big moment there. Okay, DRS on the pit straight. We're not going to get into turn 1, but if we get the line right, we can get into turn 3. That's pretty much perfect. On the money. Let's see if we can get him. Here we go. We're gaining on the Renault. Down the inside. My braking is just not up to scratch anymore, but we are going to get it done. I'm going to just give him a bit of a squeeze and run him out of road, and there we go. Job done. Right, let's see if we can pull away now. We should have the tyres for it. Let's see if we can close up to our teammate Perez, who is ahead of us in P14. He had a good start, but he's been pushed down the order now, and he's not that far ahead anymore, but there's a massive train of cars in front of us, so we can definitely make up a few places here. There we go, personal best. That's the kind of pace we can do in clean air. We're closing up to Perez. I wonder if he has wing damage. I might explain also why he's dropped down the field a bit. But we are pulling away from Giovinazzi and closing in on our teammates, so let's try and catch him. Okay, we're on the back of these guys now, but it's a massive train of DRS, so it's going to be very difficult to get any kind of move done because everyone's got a slipstream off each other, so we're going to have to be very clever, or maybe even wait 1 or 2 laps when everyone pits. That could be a chance for us to push in clean air. To be fair, that might be our best bet. Everyone on soft tyres pits and we get the free track to really push hard and try and find some pace, so I think we're going to try and go for that. Getting pretty close to Perez now. Car feels fast. Seems like Perez is struggling with his rubber now. And also he definitely has wing damage. He's not very fast through the corners. But that car is fast. The Racing Point does feel like a fast car. Perez just hasn't had a chance to show it due to damage. Right, let's see if we can get him here into turn 3. That's what I'm looking for. Try and get the momentum through turn 1. That wasn't exactly momentum, but it will do. We get a bit loose. Dirty air is really strong on these cars now. Around the outside we go. That's the better option for me. Inside's not great because I leave myself very, very short in terms of angle. We're so narrow, but we do get the move around the outside. Fantastic overtake. Right, P14. These guys got to start pitting this lap, surely. Any minute now they've got to start pitting, so we'll get a chance to get past it. Oh, Williams has gone. Norris in front of us. Where's he going? Norris blows up right in front of us, so we're now P13. There we go. Right, let's close in on Leclerc, who's pulled away a little bit, but we're making fantastic progress now. Confirmation of the retirement. No safety car VSC though, and that's a good thing because everyone on soft tyres is scheduled to pit now, so if there'd been a VSC now, that would ruin our race, as we're not pitting yet for a while. There's a battle in front. We've got Toro Rosso up in lofty heights due to, I'm guessing, a surprising qualifying due to this time glitch. Oh my goodness me, they're braking so early. Come on, please pit, guys. Right, no one's pitting still, really? These guys are going to lap 12 and 13. That's a long way to go on soft tyres. Right, we'll see what we can do. We might just have to wait one more lap before we can fully, you know, push to the max capacity. Well, to be fair, Leclerc's a bit slow through there. We may just get a chance. Maybe Leclerc has wing damage. We're going to go for the outside move again. We've run in a bit hot, but we still get the move done. Yes, we do. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Carlos Sainz currently in front has the fastest lap, which is very surprising actually, considering the leader pace. Right, up to P12 now. Let's keep pushing. Leclerc tried to stick his nose in and have a look there, but we saw that move coming from a mile off through the chicane. Russell slow. Can we get anything here? Yes, we do. Down the inside of the Red Bull driver. Come on. There we go. May have been a tad of contact actually. I may have hit his rear diffuser, but luckily we don't have any damage, so we can continue on our way. Up to P11 now. Surely these guys are going to pit, please. There we go. Problem is the McLaren in front will get double DRS, but that's okay. Once we get past the McLaren, clean air.
Sergio is in for his stop.
One of the leaders there was already leaving the pit exit. That's how far ahead they got due to the traffic. Here we go. Let's get past Valtteri Bottas. We're going to go on the inside this time. Easy move. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Right. Now we can push. Let's catch Hamilton, who's the next car. He's been caught up in that traffic, and even in his new Ferrari, he hasn't had that debut he hoped for. Right, head down. Maximum push. We need to make up for lost time now with this clean air on these tyres, which should be okay for wear. They shouldn't be too bad, so we can push a bit. Okay, the remaining cars should be pitting. I think I'm the only driver that's gone for the mediums in the start of this race. So we are going to take the race lead in our brand new Racing Point. There's Pierre Gasly just about leaving the pit exit. So Gasly looking good in his new Mercedes to have a solid first race. But we are going to take the lead. Oh, we get a bit loose. That's a big moment there. Cars felt on edge all weekend long, so I'm not surprised. But Gasly going for the hard tire. Hopefully more cars do that. Fiat in third on mediums, my former teammate of course. Looks like there's a good mix. If there's a few more hard tyre runners, we'll get them a massive benefit on the soft tyres later on. But for now, the target is trying to pull away from Gasly. Even though these tyres are worn, the mediums are still faster than the hards, and I feel like we've got a good car. So gap is 2.6. Let's see what that is over the line. Gap has stayed 2.5. Let's keep going. I might stretch my stint to lap 18 to give myself an extra lap of clean air. Verstappen fastest lap, 120.4. That's not bad. We can get within a second of that.
Careful on the tyres. Our data is showing some wear. Most likely you'll be able to feel it.
Yeah, I'll probably have some tyre wear, but the pace is good. We pulled away from Gasly on that lap. Opened up 2 more tenths of a second. Of course, Gasly in the hard tyre, but like I said, I felt confident I can pull away. Kvyat now all over the back of him, of course, on those fresh mediums, which is the tyre to be on. So they might start battling, to be fair, which might give us a bit more of a chance to pull away. So let's try and use that.
Pit window open. Let's box this lap. lap.
That's right, I'll go one more, mate. Pace is good still, and also this is actually giving me an overcut because I know for a fact that there's still battles everywhere behind us, so this is a great chance for us to open up a nice healthy gap and potentially undercut 3, 4, 5 cars. So let's try and use these next 2 laps. Carlos Sainz with the 119. That McLaren looks fast either way. Meanwhile, Gasly now down to P4 as Vettel and Kvyat have got past. Also, Verstappen is right on the back of them now. Verstappen closing up. I think he can smell a race win, but we're going to pick this lap. So one last push. Okay, we're actually on for a personal best here. We're actually half a tenth up on my PB. We're now going to turn the engine down, try and save a bit of fuel in the RS in the pit stop phase, but it's been a very good stint. Once we got the clean air, we made full use of it and had a couple of strong laps. Get it also down to the 60. Now it's a very slow pit lane, but there we go. We now need a flawless sub 2 second stop from the boys to really put the cherry on the cake and end the stop in the best possible way. Here we go.
Go, go, go.
Not quite, but still 2.0. I'll tell you what, this is going to be good actually. There's a chunk of cars arriving now, but we could be around P10 here. This is great.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
And we are. Look at that. P10. Massive undercut. We gained 3 places from P12 to P10. We're ahead of Ricciardo. That's what I'm talking about. And we're still ahead of Bottas. But now we've got the fresh soft tyres. So I can smell a P5 here, or a P4 even actually, if we get past all of these guys. So it's game on. Maybe even the fastest lap if we can time it right. I feel like the traffic may ruin our chances and take away the best of our soft tyres. But still, P4, that would be a special recovery. These 2 side by side here. Someone's going to lose a chunk of time, and it's going to be Stroll in the Williams. Here we go, we're coming through. Let's get this double overtake done and dusted straight away. Down the inside of Leclerc, and there we go. Beautiful stuff. Just using the fresh rubber and the pace and the engine mode, and also the tweaked front wing with less downforce from higher straight line speed to help us out there and make that move count. Right, P8. There's so much grip. Let's go hunting. Let's get past these guys who are currently battling away. Right, these 2 are side by side. We've got a chance. Oh, there's contact. Contact right in front of us. Magnussen goes for a spin. That's going to give us P7.
Virtual safety car, virtual safety car. Reduce speed immediately and keep a positive delta.
That was a big one for Magnussen there on the spin. That's not good for the Renault driver. But we're now P7. We now have a chance of getting past Carlos Sainz, so this is good news for us. Let's get ready for the restart.
VSC ending, we're going green. Maintain positive delta until the green flags.
Away we go.
Green flag.
Let's get past Sainz and make light work of him, and then get past Hamilton and secure that P5. So I thought it was P4, but it's actually P5. I can't see any other cars up the road, so let's focus on this for now. I've still got tyres left, so if I can get past Sainz, we could still go for the fastest lap if I time it right. Let's first of all get past the Spaniard. We're going to do that here after the chicane. Just going to wait, time it. Keep it in 7th gear. There we go, wait for the DRS. To the outside we go, and we should get this one done before the brake zone. Sun's trying to have a look, but we've got too much grip on these. See you later, in the words of Nico Hulkenberg. Hamilton up next, and that could be a P5 for us. Right, let's turn the engine up. Let's go for a purple lap, shall we? Got to get into the 119s, that's the target. Hamilton's got good pace in that car. Of course, we know the Ferrari's quick because we protected all of its upgrades, so the car is as fast as it can be. So that car is fully maxed out. So it's going to be hard to pass him, but I think we can do it. Good news is we are going to pick up the fastest lap. There we go, we take it away from Lewis into the 118s. That lap isn't getting beaten, but Lewis has good pace here at the moment, so we're going to have to work for this. It's not going to be easy. Right, here we go. We're going to line him up for the move through the chicane into the brake zone. But then even then, once we pass him, we need to be able to pull away. We are catching up to a Mercedes in front. I think it's Pierre Gasly actually. He may have damage. So we may actually get a P4 after all. Here we go on Lewis. We're going to go to the outside again. Just about enough room to go around the outside. And there we go. We make it happen. But Lewis is still hanging on for dear life. There's contact. But we do get in front this time. I thought there was going to be another crash shades of Magnussen moments ago. But Lewis lets it go. Now, can we stay in front? That's the question, because Lewis is right there on our gearbox. Here he comes. That Ferrari looks quick on the straight. We're going to have to defend the inside into turn 1. Lewis doesn't go on the outside, though, surprisingly. And there we go. That should hopefully do it. Actually, no, he's come back at us again. We're going to have to defend. Lewis not giving up without a fight, but we are going to just give him the squeeze a little bit there onto the curb so he struggles for traction. And it is Gasly in front, so let's try and get him if we can and secure a P4.
Some information on Verstappen. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
Oh, that is exactly what you want to hear. Verstappen, who of course is up the road. I think he just took second place. He's not that far ahead. Neither is Sebastian Vettel. We could still get something out of this. If the tyres hold on, we could get a podium out of this race. So we'll keep pushing, as we're now getting pretty close to Pierre Gasly and potentially getting to DRS range. Right, timing here is crucial. We need to get this move done right now. Reason being is because then we'll get a first crack at Verstappen and a chance at a podium.
3 laps of fuel remaining.
Yep, that's okay, mate. I've got it under control. Here we go. DRS. We're going to go to the outside again, but we've got enough speed to get this one done. There we go. We turn in a little bit early just to cut off Gasly's nose. Right, P4. We did struggle to catch Gasly at the end there. The soft tyres are starting to fade, but Verstappen's going to be a lucky break. Just got to hope these issues persist long enough that we can catch on to the back of him and pass him, and then potentially open up a bit of a gap as well. 3 laps remain. I can smell a podium. Right, here we go then behind Verstappen, who's visibly struggling so much with his car. This would be an easy one, I think. Go to the outside. Verstappen's still there, but we'll go all the way around the outside, off the track a little bit, but that's okay. I only had enough room to get by, so there's not much more I can do. Gasly trying to get by. Let's see if we can pull away here through the chicane and use the fact that both side by side behind to pull out of the DRS range. There we go. Perfect. Exactly what we wanted. And Sebastian Vettel's not too far ahead, but he is on the medium tyres, so it will be harder to catch, but we'll see. We'll keep pushing. I'll tell you what, we're catching here. We may have a chance. I think we might just run out of laps, but we are flying still. We've got great pace in the car. The car's working beautifully on these tyres. The wing adjustment has given us more stability and more straight line speed, so it's made the balance of the car.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Yep, it's made the balance of the car perfect, so we'll keep trying. Never know. Seb may have a penalty. I don't think he does, but last lap, let's push and bring it home. Here we go then, through the final few corners. We're not close enough to make a move on Sebastian Vettel, but if he does have a penalty, we will be there to collect the benefits, using up all the fuel and ERS that we had in the car to try and close the gap. Danica Fiat, though, wins the opener, and he steps up to the plate. When I depart the team, he picks up the pieces, but we're going to come through for a phenomenal P3. What a recovery that is.
Great work. Well done. We're really happy with the podium here.
Ferrari have really pulled it out of the bag today. It's a great win. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today and a stunning win for Ferrari.
Right, so there we have it then. The results are in, and we do secure a podium in our first race for Racing Point, and also pick up the fastest lap, which means we score +1 point in the race here today. Danica Fiat picks up the win ahead of Sebastian Vettel in a good old-fashioned Mercedes versus Ferrari battle there, with Hamilton in P4 and Gasly P5. Carlos Sainz in 6th in the end, with Verstappen P7. With his car issues, when he was on for a second place finish, he drops all the way down to 7th place. Valtteri Bottas is in 8th for McLaren, ahead of Charles Leclerc and George Russell, rounding up the top 10 in the second Red Bull car here today. Lance Stroll misses out on the points in the Williams ahead of our teammate Sergio Perez, with with Danny Ricciardo down in 30th ahead of Alex Albon, Nico Hulkenberg, Kevin Magnussen, Antonio Giovinazzi and Roman Grosjean ahead of Kimi Raikkonen there, and Lando Norris, the only retirement of the race, which of course happened right in front of us a few laps ago, and he is down at the bottom in P24 Williams. But then in terms of that race, of course, what it means for the driver standings, nothing really changes here. It is exactly as you'd expect it to be in terms of the drivers, as it is matched off of race results. But in terms of the constructors, we're in 3rd place, and Ferrari lead the way, Mercedes P2, McLaren P4 and Red Bull in 5th. But there you go, that is your lot here for race 1 at Australia, and it's been a very, very explosive start to the season. A fantastic race. Lap 1 to lap 5 was just a madness. The AI just battling all over the place. The pace was insane the whole race. These cars are so fast. You know, I've been driving the normal cars for a little while now, and coming back to this has been a real reality check, you know, in terms of how fast the cars really get. But either way, guys, that's it from me here at Australia. The next race will be round 2 at Bahrain, so tune in for that one, guys. But if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button, subscribe if you are new for daily Formula 1 content on the channel, and also MotoGP content as well. Click the bell icon to turn notifications to not miss out on any of the content I may upload, especially F1 2020 game news. And also finally, guys, check out the 2 videos on your screen right now. But that's it from me here today, here at Albert Park, and I'll see you next time for round 2 at Bahrain. But until then, it's goodbye from me.